Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back for another YouTube video. As you've seen from the title, this is a little bit different. This is going to be a more makeup based video, which I don't typically do on my channel, but I've had so many of you guys ask me over on Instagram to bring you my everyday makeup, and also I've been going live a lot on Instagram and I've had so many requests, please do an everyday makeup video or like a get ready with me kind of video on your YouTube channel, and I thought, do you know what? Let's do that today, let's film that. Just for a reference, everybody, it is 7 o'clock on Monday and I have got myself some lovely rosé, a big old glass of wine. I'm going to pour myself a lovely glass and sit here, chat to all of you, chill out for 5 minutes, talk about mundane makeup products and escape the madness that is this chaotic world. Obviously, before we get into today's video, I am not oblivious to what's happening. I do send all of my heartfelt love to all of you guys. I know this is a really difficult time for a lot of people, but I still want my channel to be a space where maybe you can escape for 20 minutes and just have a bit of a giggle. So grab yourselves a cup of tea, grab yourselves a bar of chocolate. Maybe if you want to join me and have a glass of wine, you can. And let's just do our makeup together and get ready to go to the kitchen. This is basically a get ready with me to go and have dinner with my family, but you know, they better be excited that I'm dressing up for them. This is going to be a strictly makeup based video, which pretty much means I'm not going to do any Q&A style, you know, chats in this. I'm going to keep it strictly to the makeup. I'm going to link all of the products that I can link in the description box below. I'm going to try my best to talk through everything that I use, and this is just going to be my everyday makeup. So this is what I would wear Monday through Friday, on the weekends in the day. It's not my like glam makeup, but it's easy, quick, and yeah, it's pretty much my everyday makeup routine. So let's pour ourselves a little glass. As you can see here, we've got the classy Barefoot White Zinfandel. Oh, chin chin. Absolutely lovely. If I close my eyes, I could be in California wine tasting, honestly. The aromas, shut my eyes, here I am in California, can feel the sun. Oh wait, that's just my ring light. Oh, no, I'm still in my room. Right, let's crack on with this and mess around with a little bit of makeup together. Okay guys, so I'm going to start out with moisturiser. That is the first step in my routine. The one that I'm using at the minute is the Elemis Pro Collagen Moisturiser. I got this in a glossy box and I absolutely flipping love this, but it's blimmin' expensive. Also, this goes without saying, before you start touching up all over your face, make sure you've washed your hands. Wash them little hands of yours, but I just obviously did that whilst I was off camera. I also did put a little bit of the Pixi Glow Tonic on. Tell you guys a little bit of a secret. I've actually taken my tape extensions out, so there is not a lot going on underneath here. I'm really upset about it, but this is a perfect time to try and work on my hair care and get my hair a little bit more healthy. I'm then going to go and just spray a little bit of this MAYBELLINE spray just to kind of cool my face down. I love the sensation of these sprays. Don't necessarily think they do a whole lot, but I personally really love that cooling feeling, and this is one of my favourites for that. Next up, I'm going to go in with a product which is kind of not necessary, but I really like it. It's the Stila Soufflé Skin Perfecting Primer. Now, they call this a primer. I would call this more of like kind of like an instant tan product. So my chest and my body and the rest of me is a lot tanner than my face. I'm actually not wearing any fake tan at the minute, but this is from when I was away. So because of that, I like to add a little something to my skin. So I'm going to just go in with this Spectrum brush. You can use any old brush. A tiny bit of this product. Honestly, guys, a little bit goes a long way. Just trust me when I say that. And I'm literally just going to add a little bit on with a stippling brush to my face. Now, this is quite a scary product, but it's sitting underneath your foundation, so don't worry too much. But like I did say, a little bit goes a long way, and it's just nice to add a little bit of a glow to the skin and a little bit of a colour to the skin, especially if the rest of your body is one shade and your face is another one. I am no Jordan Lipscomb, so please be easy on me. I know this is probably not the best setup, but this is the first time I'm doing anything like this, so I'm sure things will improve. I've now promised that things will improve, and they might not, but here we go. Next thing I'm going to do is go and do my eyebrows. Now I have ordered a little bit of brow tint because I always tint my brows. I always get my brows tinted rather, and they're looking very light, which really doesn't help me when I'm trying to like fill them in, or you just can't really see them that well because my hair is so fair naturally. So what I tend to do when I fill my brows in is I like to go in with a little spoolie. This actually is a brow gel. It's from NYX. It's called Control Freak. But it's quite like dry, so I kind of just use it as a little spoolie to really brush them up. And then the one product that I use for my brows, actually I use more than one, but the one product I really do swear by is the NYX Professional Pencil Micro Brow in the shade Ash Brown. I love this. I've tried a lot of brow pencils. I really do enjoy this one, and I like the fact that it's not ridiculously expensive. So what I do is I kind of take the pencil and I sort of do a line underneath my brow. See guys, I'm probably getting a lot of this stuff wrong. It probably isn't the perfect way to do your makeup, but I've just had so many of you guys ask. I thought it was about time that I did it. There's so many better makeup people out there on this platform than me, but I thought I'd give it a go. The reason I like to do my brows before I do my foundation is that if I leave them and then I try and do my brows, they go kind of like an orangey colour. So I don't know if it's the foundation and I'm kind of putting my brow pencil over it, but I try and kind of do them a little bit, put my foundation on, and then I always go over my eyebrows before I finish my makeup. That's very, very roughly how I would fill in my eyebrow. I'm going to go ahead and do the other one, and then I will come back. Okay, so that's the brow situation. They're not perfect, they're not fantastic, but we're going to come back and sort them out at the end. So I'm going to now go in with my foundation. I get a lot of questions about foundations. I've tried a lot of different ones, and there's a lot I love, there's a lot I don't love. I do like expensive ones, but I think they're not necessary, is probably my opinion on foundation. Two of my faves that I swear by, I use all the time, have to be the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, which I wear in the shade 36 Warm Sun, and then the other one I really enjoy is the L'Oreal True Match. Now L'Oreal True Match is a little bit of a lighter coverage, buildable, very, very dewy, whereas the Maybelline I would say is a little bit heavier, something I would typically wear in the evening. However, I have started pretty much wearing this foundation every single day, and now it's my like go-to. So yeah, I'm going to link both below if you're interested, but the one you probably see me wearing the most is most likely this one. Now sometimes I do pop on some Iconic London Illuminating Drops underneath my foundation. I'm really running low on these. As we can see, I've pretty much run out, but this is not an everyday step. But if you do want to make this a little bit dewier, I would recommend popping something like an illuminating primer or something super dewy underneath to give yourself a little bit of radiance. Now I look kind of crazy. Brush I use for my foundation, because I do use a brush now. I do also use a sponge, but I don't find it to be as quick. I don't really use it on the go. Like if I was getting ready for a night out, then I would use the sponge and the brush and kind of flip between the two. But for most weeks and most days when I'm in a rush doing my makeup, guys, I'm using a brush. So the brush that I like to use is the Morphe X Jaclyn Hill one, and it's in JH03. I'm going to do my best to pop a link to this below. I blimmin' enjoy this brush. I really, really do. It's a really dense, kind of like, it's not really a stippling brush, is it? It's just like a really, really dense brush. I thoroughly enjoy this. A bit of this foundation goes a long way. I've put about a pump onto the brush, probably less than a pump, onto the brush, and I literally just put it around my face like this, and then I tend to kind of focus on one area because I do find it sets relatively quickly. So this is about a pump and a half of the foundation. You can obviously add to this. It's a very, very buildable foundation. If I was going to go on a night out, I'd probably add to it. You know, you can really, really amp up the coverage. But it is, I would say, a high coverage foundation for anybody wondering. Now for concealer. Oh my gosh, concealer. So I found this concealer over a year ago now. It's all I use, and I have tried several different concealers, but I do think this is lovely, and I do think this is worth the money because it's lasted me a blimmin' long time. So the two colours that I go for in my concealer, they're the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, and I flip between vanilla and porcelain. Pop on a little bit of vanilla underneath the eye. Then I am going to go in with a little bit of porcelain just to kind of lighten up underneath the eye. I'm still tacky. I still like the white under eye look. Sorry if that offends anyone. Okay, so now I'm going to take my sponge. I've sprayed it with a little bit of the Mario Badescu spray, and it's not as damp as it probably should be, but you know, we're rolling with it. I'm trying to keep this real, huns. And also, I actually can't get out of this situation that I've set up around me to go and dampen my sponge, because there's like 2 ring lights, a hoover, there's like wires everywhere. It's not a pretty sight. I've tried to make it look cute behind me, but it's really not. It's all a lie. So I'm literally just tapping that and blending it out underneath my eye. I really love this concealer. I'm a big fan of it. It is heavy coverage. It isn't like light. Maybe not something most people would want every day. I don't know, but I really do enjoy it. I'm gonna try and link this glass below. Isn't it really funny? You could do a really nice apro in there or something, but it's blimmin' huge, guys. Don't be deceived. Yeah, don't be deceived. This glass is massive. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit of powder. Now, this is another area where I kind of flip between a few different products. So I would either go for the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I swear by this. I still use it. I think this is a great powder. Again, a little bit more expensive, but it lasts me so long, and I do really enjoy this. I do actually repurchase this a lot. I did recently go and purchase the Charlotte Tilbury powder. Now, this was a fatal mistake, because I believe this is a little bit more expensive than the Laura Mercier one. Number one, it doesn't last anywhere near as long. I've already hit pan on this product. However, I am in love with this powder. I really enjoy it. Firstly, the packaging is just absolutely stunning. It's a really nice product to bring on nights out with you. I really love the way it sets underneath my eyes. I am converted to this powder. However, I do not like the price tag. If anyone can point me in the direction of a powder that is pretty much the same, but is not this hefty price tag, I would love to hear it below. The brush I'm going to use, it's another Morphe one, and it's the R13. I do enjoy Morphe brushes. I think they're really nice for the price point. I really like them, just keeping it real. So I'm going to use this powder today underneath my eyes. And that's what it's probably the best for, this powder, is like the eye area. I just really do enjoy it. So I kind of go quite close to the nose and then underneath my eye. I'm going to go in with a little bit of the vanilla concealer and tap a little bit on my chin, a little bit down the sides of my mouth. I'm having a little bit of a breakout. Might be the stress, might be the alcohol. Who knows? I'm then going to go back in with my powder brush, and I am just going to kind of set my T-zone a little bit. These are the areas that I like to set my face. So I'm going to do in between the eyebrows, a little bit on my forehead, a little bit on the chin, and then a tiny bit down here, as you can see. Now I'm going to go in with my favourite bronzer. Now, if I was going on a night out, guys, I would be using contour. I love a contour stick that MAC do. I'm going to try and drop a link to that below. So in the daytime, the one product that I use for my bronzer is the MAC Give Me Sun. I'm taking this on a Morphe R2 brush. Really enjoy this bronzer, but it is quite orange. So if you're not a fan of an orangey bronzer, you might want to stay away. It's definitely more of a bronzer than it is a contour product. And I literally just whack that on the cheek. A little bit too much there. Hey ho, the wine's getting to me. Fun doing a makeup video. Honestly, I feel like Jeffree Star right now. I feel very sassy. Then I do just bring it up onto my forehead, but I take it quite far back into my hairline. And then I do just take whatever is left over on my brush and I really put that over my nose. Now the reason I do this is because I like to do faux freckles, and I find that faux freckles can look a little bit strange when your nose isn't kind of like bronzed up. So I kind of bronze my nose up. Sounds a bit random. Yeah. If I was going to be a little bit extra, I would also use another product to add a little bit more definition. This is slightly darker, so just for reference, this is MAC Give Me Sun. This is MAC Bronze. I think it's an MSF, Mineralized Skin Finish. So this is the difference. This is obviously a lot darker. This is a product I was using a lot when I was on holiday, but I haven't really reached for this since I've come home because I'm a bit too pale. I'm going to go back into my brows because they've obviously had quite a lot of product kind of fall into them. I'm going to start by brushing them with my spoolie, taking my little NYX pencil and just sort of going back through the brow, because they tend to get like a lot of product kind of settling in my brows, and it can make my whole makeup look a little bit of a hot mess. So we're going to try and sort that out. Now I'm going to use the Benefit Give Me Brow in 3. I actually got this in Citadel's beauty box, and I'm literally like on the last little remainders of this product. Like, it's about to run out, and I actually love this product, so I'm gonna have to go and purchase it. But yeah, Citadel rave about Benefit brow products, so that was where I kind of figured out that they obviously loved this. And guys, It's lovely. Kind of brushing my eyebrows just straight up with this. It's got a little bit of tint to it. Next up is eyeshadow. Now, every day I actually do not wear any eyeshadow. If I was gonna, it would be something really, really light, like a warm tone brown. I really love the Huda Quad. I'll link my favourite one below. I also really like this Huda Beauty palette, which has some nice kind of soft browns to it. I'm actually gonna go in with, it literally is just like the same colour as my bronzer, this brown shade here, on quite a large brush. This is a Morphe M335. Sometimes when I'm going on a night out, I'll contour my nose and I would use this brush, but other times I use it to literally whack one colour through my lid like this. Honestly, I'm so lazy, guys, when it comes to eyeshadow in the day. I used to do like so much eyeshadow and really go for it, but you girls got lazy. So as we can see, my eyelashes are on at the minute. I do have eyelash extensions and they're kind of staying on for right now. This will not last. They will start to fall out and shed. Oh, there we go. One just came out. But I do, at the minute, I am lucky that I've got eyelashes on. If I didn't have these on, I would just stick on a pair of like natural kind of fluffy lashes. I'm going to link my lash lady below if you are interested in going to her in the future. Obviously not right now. Then I'll link her below because she's honestly amazing and she works for herself, and obviously this time has hit her really quite hard because no one obviously can get their lashes done right now. So I will drop a link to her if you're interested in who I go to. What I am going to do is I'm going to go in with a little bit of liquid liner and just do literally like a tiny little line. This is the ink liner from Kat Von D. Guys, I literally do, like, it's the smallest little wing you've ever seen. Let's have a tea break. I'm really sorry as well, everyone. I do things in the most obscure order. Like, there's no order to my life. For blush, the blush I like to use is the Milani blush in the shade 05. Now, let's not judge the way this looks. It's a fabulous blusher. I just haven't really looked after it very well. The brush I'm going to use is a Zoeva brush. And I just pat this on. Tap off the excess. I really have got into blush, guys, and I place this kind of on the apples and then I kind of take it back. Now, I tend to put a little bit more blusher on at the start of my makeup because I find that this is the first thing that fades from my makeup. So that's just a personal thing. You might want to start with less and, you know, leave it as it is, but I just find that it really does disappear from my face. So I add a little bit more than normal. I also take a little bit across my nose. Next up, I'm going to go in with a little bit of lower lash mascara. I just use this Stila one at the moment. To be honest, I love this mascara, but it's a bit too chunky for the lower lashes. But it's all I've got in my makeup bag, so we're going to roll with it. Okay guys, so next up I'm going to do a highlighter. There's a lot of different highlighters that I like to use. Today we're going to use Becca Champagne Pop. I'm going to use this with a little highlighting brush that looks like this. This is the Morphe M510. Guys, you'd think that I'm a James Charles advocate or something, brand ambassador, but I'm not. I bought all this stuff myself, but I really do quite like their brushes. And I did just spray a little bit of the Morphe setting spray. Now, I don't like the Morphe setting spray for my face, but I do enjoy it like to use kind of like a MAC Fix Plus personally. So I'm literally just going to take my damp brush, and honestly, this looks horrible. I don't want to show you it because it's just all cracked. So I just take that and then I just add it to my cheeks like so. It's pretty, isn't it? It's a pretty highlight. Yeah, Becca Champagne Pop is still a really lovely one. Pop a little bit on my nose and a little bit down the bridge of my nose, like so. I've just decided that I feel like my eyes look a little bit nude, so I am going to go in with a little bit of definition. I'm going to go in with a little bit of definition. I'm going to add a little bit of definition. I'm going to use the Huda little quad palette, and I'm going to take this kind of like dark brown shade, but I'm going to just tap it and use the tiniest little bit in the crease of my eye, because it does look a little bit like it needs something. But honestly guys, most days, day to day, would I do this? I mean, maybe I would sometimes. Now I'm going to go in with a product that you guys asked me about so flipping much. I feel like I do not talk about enough. And this is the Laura Geller Brown Marker. This is what I use to do my faux freckles. I really do enjoy this product for this particular reason. So, You don't have to do faux freckles. I personally like how they look. I feel like it also makes my makeup sometimes look a little bit more natural, because sometimes people think that that's your skin almost. I like how they photograph. I'm just a fan. I did go away recently and I did get quite a lot of freckles come out across my nose and on the tops of my cheeks. That makes this process a little bit easier because it means I can kind of almost follow those freckles underneath my foundation and bring them out. Sometimes it's a little bit more difficult when you don't, because you're kind of almost drawing them on. I would recommend different sizes, different colours, so do some really pigmented, some lighter, tap them however you want them to look. That's how I would go about it. I'm going to start by just going over this mole. It's not really a mole actually, it's more like a little beauty mark, I don't know, it's very small, with my Laura Geller brow marker, and then I just kind of tap them over my nose. So sometimes I like to start off doing the ones that are really like obvious, so larger and like more rounded and more pigmented, and then I'll kind of go in and sort of tap the marker and do a lot in one area. I'll tap my finger across them, soften some out, just kind of how I do it. So it's almost like trial and error. Sometimes when I'm done with that, I'll go in with my brow pencil, take a little bit of a darker eyeshadow, like a dark brown eyeshadow, and maybe do some that are a little bit more defined, like this, and sort of tap them in with my ring finger. Then I'll go in and set my face. I'm going to use the 24/7 Urban Decay setting spray. Love the feeling of a setting spray, and I really think this is the best one I've ever used. I've used MAC Fix Plus, Morphe, I've used a few, but for me to actually keep my makeup on, I would always reach for this product. Now we're finally on to lips. This is a question I get quite a lot. My favourite lip liners have to be the NYX ones. I don't feel guilty really like using them up and stuff like that, whereas the MAC ones I'm always a little bit more careful with. The lip liner that I'm going to use today is a matte lip liner, and it's in the shade Los Angeles 2.0. It's quite a brown colour, but I'm really into that at the minute. So I actually don't overline my lips, but if you are going to, I learnt this little trick from Jordan Lipscomb, overline them in the centre. Don't start overlining them on the sides, because they're going to look really not real, and it's just not going to give you like the desired effect that you want. So mine is nice and sharp. I literally just go in, start at the side of my lips, like so, like that. Then I go across my Cupid's bow, because I don't actually love my Cupid's bow, and then I kind of... My all-time favourite lipstick at the minute has to be this Morphe one. It's quite a brown colour. It's in the shade Commit. And I'm going to pop a little bit of this on, but you don't have to use this. Sometimes I do just go in straight with the gloss. And I'm just going to add a little bit of this to my lips, not too much, but it is quite kind of brown. Okay guys, when it comes to lip gloss, there are 3 different glosses that I use, and they are all from the same brand. They are all from Rihanna's Fenty line. I love these glosses. I actually haven't probably used another one in forever, like another gloss. I'm just really into them. They're my all-time favourite. They are a little bit more expensive, but I swear by these lip glosses, and I'm wearing these pretty much every day. If ever you see me wearing a gloss, it's going to be one of these. Now the one that I love the most is actually Fussy. It's the more pinky colour, but they do have a more kind of nudie, kind of muted pink colour, and then they also have just the regular clear gloss, but it has a lot of shimmer and glitter in. So I'm going to go in with Fussy, and I love this lip gloss. And I literally just swipe it all the way across my lips. It is so nice. Okay, and that is my makeup. So I fiddled around with the camera. Hopefully the lighting is a little bit better. This is my finished everyday makeup look. This is what I'm wearing every single day when you see me. It is as basic as this. The eyeshadow is very, very simple. The base is pretty simple. It's my same kind of foundation and combination that I've worn for what feels like months. I haven't changed up my makeup everyday routine. I feel like I need to add some more exciting products, but I do just want to keep this 100% real, and this is how I have been wearing my makeup for the last forever. Like I said, I'm going to link all of the products below. I hope somebody out there found this helpful or interesting or insightful in some way, and it maybe told you how I do something that you've always wondered about. What am I wearing, or what am I doing, if it's my lip combination or maybe my cheek bronzer kind of combination, whatever it might be. I'm going to pop links to everything I used if you do want to use the products. Also, leave me a comment, let me know if you like this video. I have never really done a makeup tutorial in what feels like years on this channel, and it's not my like forte. It's not, I feel like there's so many other people on this platform that do this much better than me, but I have been asked a few times what products I'm using, and I just thought, you know what, while we're all at home, while we're all chilling, I may as well get ready for you guys and film this little tutorial. It was actually really, really fun. I feel like now I really want to go out, but I can't, so it's fine. Thank you so much to all of you who have been watching me. I love you all so much, and I'm sure I will see you in my next video. Sending you loads of love, and see you in my next one. Bye, guys.